Because we've all been here together since 6:30 in the morning, and from Ibutometa we went with the old locomotive to Apapa to see the status of development there. And from there we came back to Ibutometa, and of course we came together. We stopped in Agege, we stopped in Kajola, we stopped in Papalanto, we stopped in Abeokuta. And I think there's no better way to answer Nigerians as to what we have done with the money we borrowed all over the world than this trip. We have seen that this trip, you've seen firsthand yourselves, the stations, the rolling stock, the people at work, and the fact that this is a project that will outlast virtually all of us here. So we decided to embark. When the Honorable Minister invited me to this trip, I was very glad. And I said, rather than go to argue with naysayers, let you, the representatives of the people, you are the ears and eyes of Nigerians. Please come and see yourself what we are doing with the money we have borrowed. We didn't borrow money for services. We did not borrow money for overhead expenditures. We borrowed money for capital projects, rails, roads, bridges, power, generally infrastructure. And this is the first, this administration, of the series of inspections we are going to take along with you, so that you can better enlighten Nigerians that there's nothing bad in borrowing, provided that borrowing is invested in infrastructure. There's nothing bad in borrowing, especially when that borrowing is going to create jobs. We're going to create an enabling environment for the economy. I'm very excited, not because, just because I'm the Minister of Information. So when I got into the train this morning, especially this one, it's as clean, as modern as any coach anywhere in the world. And I was also quite impressed with the passion of the Honorable Minister. You can see that at every point in time, he's pushing the contractors. Saying, look, I can't wait till October. I'll come back in 4 weeks' time. Because we want to be able to deliver to Nigerians this kind of infrastructure. So I'll leave the stories to you to tell Nigerians. You'll be with us for the last probably 7 hours. And we've stopped at about 6-7 stations. You can even see the enthusiasm and the passion of Nigerians everywhere we went. So I thank you very much for the opportunity, and I thank you for accompanying us. But really, I'm very impressed, and I hope that we'll also come back here for the commissioning of the stations and the entire Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge. Thank you.
Sir, talking about funds, do you still have enough to move forward, sir? Thank you.
Talking about what? Funds. For this project, there's enough money. We have no problem with this project. So when we talk to the National Assembly to stop their investigation of loan, they're not investigating corruption in construction. It's the issue of loan. What we meant is that they should please allow us get the loan for Ibadan to Kano, which is about $5.3 billion. Because if you're telling the man who lent you money that you don't like the way he lent you money, he won't lend you any further. That's the point. But for this one, we have 1.6 billion, for which we're contributing about between $200 and $300 million. But don't forget, they have not finished paying. They could stop at any time.
He has answered that question before.
Why not we wait until January? What you know is that we will run from now until the present commission seat. I'm not COVID. We have reduced it. You have seen that the number of staff. For those of you who have been following us, you know that for every station, we had 150 to 200 workers. But now you have 10, 20 workers. What we agree with them is to increase the number of workers and manage COVID very well. And what did we agree with them? They should come with their face mask, face shield, and come to work. Because like we also agree with them, it appears, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, that COVID has come to stay. And government has to run. We have to deliver our promises to the people because that's why we're elected, and that we don't have time. If we just sit in our houses waiting for COVID to end, it may end 2023. So let's hope that by January this thing will be ready.